Carl Hala, Yahweh, Mahashem, Yahweh Shai, Brakatah Shai. I'd like to give double honors to the elders apostles of Great Millstone that teach us truth, which I plead through the Holy Scripture, line of prophecy is 100% of the truth. I'm your brother Malakama. I just want to do a short lesson today. It's going to come out of the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them, that rise up against me a destroying wind, and will send into Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. So the Lord is going to increase this thing that's going on in Babylon, man. You know, Babylon is falling, you know. So the Lord is sending fanners. And who are the fanners? Is the men of Israel, you know, the Lord's elect. The men that's out here prophecy against Babylon, man. That's warning the people of this devil, man, and all that she's done throughout the land. And I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up in this brigadine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. Thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, and they that are thrust through in her streets. And that's talking about a time of Jacob's trouble, man. And this place, America, is Babylon the Great. Thus saith the Lord. For Israel hath not been forsaken, nor Judah of his God, Yahweh, of the Lord of hosts, through their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel. Flee out of the midst of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. So there's going to be a recompense delivered unto Esau Edom for the hell that she put on the Lord's people, man, here in Babylon the Great. Verse 7, Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, and made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. So all the nations have drunken of the cup of Babylon, man. They believed in the lies and, you know, all the things that Babylon has done. But really at the end, all Babylon did is use all the other nations, man. And so now at the end, they're all going to turn on Babylon the Great. And what follows that up, man, you go to precepts into Revelations. Let me see if I can find it real quick. It's dealing with Babylon the Great, man, Babylon the Wicked. That whore that sits upon the beast. Bear with me for a second while I find out where it is in Revelations. And the beast is talking about the EU, the EU nations. I know it's Revelation chapter 17, that harlot. Revelation chapter 17. Okay, I'm right here on it. bear with me because I don't have my reading glasses on, so I'm going to try to get through this. It's going to kind of be a hard read. And there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials talk with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon the many waters. Talk about the many waters, it's talking about many nations. And who's ruling, basically ruling all the other nations, man, is America, Babylon the Great. For whom the kings of the earth have committed fornications, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. It's talking about her philosophies that she's pushed out, her harsh sanctions that she pushed on these other nations. They don't accept these wicked ways of Babylon. And you see that's going on right now over there in so-called Africa, where they're telling these nations that they're going to sanction them. They're not going to give them any aid unless they accept their alternate lifestyles that they're trying to push on the people. And by them refusing, so Babylon the Great, is going to punish them. But that's the same thing that she pushes on the other nations, mainly here in the Americas, down in the southern parts of America. So he carried me away in the spirit of the wilderness, and I saw the woman sit upon the scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having the 7 heads of 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet in color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness and her fornication. And that's all this wickedness and perverseness that she's pushing on all these other nations, man. And all these other nations did drink of that cup. Even over there in the Far East, man, you can see the fingerprints of Babylon the Great all over there, man, where the people have turned into whoredom and all type of abominations and all abominable things, man, following the ways of Babylon the Great. And upon her forehead was the name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots, the abomination of the earth. Because for so long she has been a mystery who this Babylon the Great was going to be. And it's not talking about the ancient Babylon. It's going to be a new Babylon that was going to come up, that's going to take up the ways of Babylon. And now it's being revealed who she is. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua. And when I saw her, I wondered with the great admiration. And it goes back to the Roman times, man. These same people who the Romans, they came back today, man. That was that beast that was wounded that came back after 1,000 years, and came back into rulership. And you see what she did to the saints and what she did to Yahushua. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs and Yahushua. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. I'm not going to read any more on this because you can go back into that Revelation chapter 17 and read more on the great whore of Babylon. But that sends us back to Jeremiah chapter 51. Now, let me go back to where I left off at, verse 7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, and made it all the earth drunken, and the nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm in her pain, for so she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let her go every one for his own country, for her judgment recedeth unto heaven, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifteth up even to the sky. It's hard to read, man. I don't have my spectacles on, man, but I'm trying to get through this, so bear with me. But it gives us a clear indication who Babylon the Great is, man. And all these other nations are going to turn on her because she's going to be exposed for the fraud that she is, man. Even though they made merchandise with her and got rich off of her, at the same time, they lost so much in the process, man. That's why they don't accept the food from over here, because, the food is full of all type of poison and toxins, man, to destroy. verse 10. Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 10. The Lord hath brought forth the righteousness come, and let us desire in Zion the work of the Lord our God, Yahweh. So the Lord hath brought forth the saints, man, his elect out of Babylon the Great, man, to preach this gospel, man, throughout the world, man. Make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord hath raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes for the devices against Babylon to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple. So the Lord is going to send the Medes and all these other nations, man, to destroy Babylon the Great. And a lot of people get it confused when they go back to that verse telling you to depart out of Babylon the Great, man. We're not supposed to physically depart, man. We're supposed to wait on our Lord to deliver us out, man, through these chariots, man, that's going to deliver us. It's not telling you to get a passport or get you a visa and go to another country. It's telling you to depart out here mentally and spiritually. So, Shalaka. Set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon, make the watch strong. This is verse 12. Set up the watchmen, prepare the ambushes, for the Lord hath both devised and done that which is spake against the inhabitants of Babylon. O thou that dwellest upon the many waters. Talking about many waters again, talking about many nations. Waters is a reference to all these other nations. Abundant in treasures, thine end is come, and the measure of thy covetousness. The Lord of hosts hath sworn by himself, saying, surely I will fill thee with the men and with the caterpillars, and they shall lift up a shout against thee. We're going to drop all the way down, Jeremiah 51, verse 19. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things. And Israel is the rod of his inheritance, and the Lord of hosts is his name. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war, and with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. So the Lord is going to raise up his elect. He's going to give them special powers, man. He's going to lift up the standard, and we're going to do the work of the Lord, man. We're going to break these other nations and make them follow these laws, statutes, commandments that the Lord has ordained, man. That's going to be over all the earth. And I, with thee, will I break in pieces the horses and his riders, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariots of his riders. Verse 24, and I will render unto Babylon and to all the inhabitants of the Chaldeans all their evil that they have done in Zion in your sight, saith the Lord. Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountains, saith the Lord. And mountains talking about governments, man. And these wicked governments that rule over, mainly over our people, saith the Lord, which destroyeth all the earth. And I will stretch out my hand upon thee, and roll thee down from the from the roads, and I will make thee a burnt mountain. So the Lord is going to burn them up, man. He's going to put that fire to them. And they shall not take of thee a stone or a corner or a stone for foundation, but thou shalt be thou shalt be thou shalt be desolate forever, saith the Lord. So this mainly here in Babylon the Great. The Lord is not going to destroy the whole earth, but Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed, man. It's going to be a made of remembrance as it was for Sodom and Gomorrah, and nobody's going to ever inhabit this place again, man. Verse 27, set ye up a standard in the land, blow the trumpet among the nations, prepare the nations against her, call together against her the kingdoms of the Ararat, the Menai, and the Chaldees, and the Alchanes. Appoint a captain against her, because of the horses to come up against the rough caterpillars. So we're supposed to blow the trumpet, man, and warn the people and warn these other nations as well, man. Verse 29, and the land shall tremble and sorrow, for every purpose of the land shall be performed against Babylon, to make the land of Babylon a desolation without an inhabitant. See, they're telling you right there, man, nobody's going to be able to dwell here in Babylon the Great. The Lord is going to turn these other nations against her, and they're going to shoot these ICBM missiles, and they're not going to miss their mark, man. They're going to hit over here and destroy this place. But we're going to be delivered out of here. Only the Lord's elect, man. If your name is not written in the book, you're going to be destroyed right along with the heathens here in Babylon. The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holes. Their might have failed. They become as women. They have burned her dwelling place, and her bars are broken. Verse 33, for thus said the Lord of hosts, Yahweh, the God of Israel, the daughters of Babylon is like a threshing floor. It is a time to thresh her, yet a little while, and the time of her harvest shall come. And I'm talking about a threshing floor, like when you take the grain and you beat it against something hard, like a rock or something, it separates the grain, man, from that, which is not profitable. We want to go to verse 36 through 37. And therefore thus said the Lord, behold, talking about Yahweh, I will plead thy cause and take vengeance on thee. I will dry up her sea and make her springs dry. Let's talk about all her commerce, all her riches, because she used to be a place that everybody looked upon it, for all place to come to get your money and be rich and all that. The Lord is drying this place up, man. You can see that its infrastructure is falling. The cities is turning to rust pots. The bridges are falling apart. You go into any of these major cities, man, you see all type of homelessness. It's like a zombie apocalypse. A lot of these major cities here in Babylon are great. Therefore, thus said the Lord, behold, I will plead thy cause and take vengeance for thee, and I will dry up her sea and make her springs dry. And Babylon shall become heaps of a dwelling place for dragons, and an astonishment and a hissing without inhabitants. without inhabitants. So nobody's going to be able to dwell or live in this place again, man. And the only thing that's going to be here is going to be, we're talking about dragons, you're talking about like lizards, and you like things that you find in the desert. And they shall roar together like lions, they shall yell as lion whelps. In their heat I will make their feast, and I will make them drunken, and they may rejoice and sleep a perpetual sleep, and not wake, saith the Lord. And I will bring thee down like lambs to the slaughter, like rams with the he goats. Verse 43. Her cities are a desolation, a dry land, and a wilderness, a land wherein no man dwelleth, neither doth any son of man pass thereby. I will perish Bel and Babylon, I will bring forth out of the mouths of which he hath swallowed up, and the nations shall not follow together any more unto him. And the walls of Babylon shall fall, man. My people, go ye out of the midst of her, and deliver ye every man his soul from the fierce anger of the Lord. And like I'm telling you again, we're not supposed to get passports and get up out of this place, man. We're supposed to remain in here and wait on the Lord to deliver us out in those chariots, man. Unless your heart faint, ye fear for the Shalaki, I'm just going to kind of read past that. Verse 47, therefore, behold, the days come that I will do judgment upon the graven images of Babylon, for her land shall be confounded, and all her slain shall fall in the midst of her. Then verse 48, then the heaven and the earth and all that therein shall sing for Babylon, for the spoiler shall come unto her from the north, saith the Lord. But it's basically verse 51 talks a lot. It kind of goes back and forth between old Babylon and modern day Babylon, you know, here in America, man. And the Lord is going to come and destroy this place for the wickedness and, you know, for that she's done to the Lord's people. And you see all the hell that's putting us through and teaching our people all type of iniquity. This place is wicked as hell, man, and it pushes that agenda. This wicked agendas all over the earth, man. And the nations that don't accept it, you know, she pushed forth legislation to sanction these nations if they don't agree to commit fornication with her, you know, all type of wickedness. And our people that's totally been enchanted by this devil, man, here in Babylon the Great. Like I said, 2/3 of our people, their eyes have become dim. And they have an incurable wound, man, that can't be healed. And that's why they're going to be destroyed on this side. You know, you see our people, they can't get it. You know, you try to tell them and, you know, try to warn them. And tell them, you know, we're supposed to fall back to the ways of our Lord, man. You know, that we are the Lord's chosen people. And Jake don't want to hear it. Jake don't even come close to understanding that, man. So Jake is going to be destroyed, man. They continue to want to live in its iniquity and follow the ways of Babylon the Great. And it can be frustrating at times because you can see it, you know, clear as day who the wicked is, you know, and what's about to happen and things that are about to unfold through prophecy. But Jake just can't pick it up, you know. Jake's ears is blocked, his eyes can't see, and, you know, he can't hear that song, that same song that we can hear. We can hear the horns blowing. We can hear that warning that's going out. But Jake, you know, he just can't hear it, you know. So And that's going to be a lot of our family members, a lot of our friends that's going to be destroyed on this side. The only good thing about it, if they are of Israel, they're going to be able to come back through the loins of the elect on the other side. So that's pretty much basically it, man. I just want to kind of hit that verse 51. But definitely is a quick hitter with that. Say shalom.